Hey, what's up, Think? Oh, good Lord. I think I'm sick. That's where I've been coughing and it sucks. I say I think just because I don't quite feel it, but my voice, yeah, especially now, and all the coughing I've been doing. I have no idea what I got. Like, my body didn't feel quite right when I woke up this morning, but I thought it might have been just the extra fiber I've been trying to get. Because I haven't been eating fiber quite properly, so I decided to supplement some fiber just because, it's good to have fiber. I didn't have a sore throat at all. It was just, I will say this, it was like mucousy, scratchy throat, for me. I didn't wake up, I mean, normally I usually get like sick, like towards the end of the night. uh, Usually I get sick towards the end of the night, and I wake up either feeling sick or fine. But every once in a while, I get like the really, really hard sickness. I mean, I just get sick really hard, and then that's it. So I guess this is that one time of the year before the year is over with for me to get sick. But it doesn't seem like it's a hard one until tomorrow, or today, should I say. Probably. Trying to paint my old. I wish I kind of didn't have the guy sticking out, but that's okay. So I'm going to 3D print some stuff. I already have some things lined up. Some pretty awesome looking assassins. I'm going to try to finish up my Blade Guard veterans because I need another set of Blade Guard veterans just in case, as well as base coat. What you call it? Base coat my primary, the rest of the primary stuff. Heavy intercessors. No, just heavy intercessors and starting guard veterans. I have to take a look at it again. I know I downloaded and I looked at it. It looked interesting. Hold on, let me. So you're looking at the Librarius detachment for the regular Space Marines, huh? Okay. Alright, let's see. GW. To the Warhammer community. God damn, GW. Let's see. There it is. Pen is mightier than a sword. um, Jesus, GW. Okay. So they're almost like Gladius Task Force because they have the things, but the thing is though is that it doesn't go away if you use it. So Biomancy Discipline. Add 2 inches to the move characteristics models in this unit. That's the thing. Like my biggest thing with running Gilliman, I need to be able to charge. I need to be able to advance and charge. So, oh, only Psychers. All that this start is Psyker units from your library. Crap, if I could get 2 inches moved to Gilliman, I could potentially run this one, but let's see. Each time smaller unit attacks, reroll a hit roll of 1 and reroll a wound roll of 1. Each time a range attack made by a model in this unit targets an enemy unit within 12 inches, improve the AP of the character's attack by 1. Hmm. So when that strat, you mean the Oath of Moments? Oath of Moment? It's not a strat that he pops twice. He does get a free strat, yes, and he can't pop a strat twice. He's still limited to once a strat has been used, you cannot use it again, unless it specifically says that you can do something. Like unless it specifically targets a specific strat. I'm gonna look at the librarians real quick. Um, hmm. Actually, we don't have a heavy intercessor librarian, do we? God damn, we got librarian Terminator armor though. No, no, no. You can pick 2 of his Art of War things. So let me go to him real quick. Let's see. Robot Girlingman. He's author of the Codex. Arthur 4. Oh wait, Arthur 4. You're talking about a stratagem. What Art of War? Is it a Gilliman ability or? But who has the Art of War ability though? Gilliman doesn't have. Let me see. Gilliman doesn't have that ability. He has Author of the Codex, Ultramarine Bodyguard, and Armor of Fate. So it's Armor of Fate, of course, on the 3 plus he comes back alive. Ultramarine's Bodyguard means if it's within 3 inches of an infantry, Adeptus Astartes infantry, he has Lone Op. Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, yeah. Out of war said you can, effectively twice. I think they're wrong. Or we might have heard them wrong. But let's go over it real quick. So, Author of the Codex is probably what you're talking about. At the start of your command phase, select two Author of the Codex abilities. Until the start of your next command phase, this model has those abilities. So Author of the Codex is Primarch of the 13th. While a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit within 6 inches of this model add one to objective control characteristics of that model, you can reroll Battle Shock and Leadership test taken for that unit. That's one that you can pick. Masters of Battle. This is one that gives you the second Oath of Moment. But mind you, there's still a restriction of the first Oath of Moment has to die first, then your second one becomes active. So at the start of your command phase, after you have selected your Oath of Moment target, select a second enemy unit. Until the start of your next command phase, if your Oath of Moment target is destroyed, that second enemy unit becomes your Oath of Moment target until you select a new one. Then the last thing you can pick is Supreme Strategist. Once per turn, you can one unit from your army with this ability can use this when a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit within 12 inches. Hold on, I'll read that again. Once per turn, one unit from your army with this ability can use it when a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit within 12 inches of that model is targeted with a stratagem. If it does, reduce the CP cost of that usage stratagem by 1 CP. So, uh, so what do you mean by he can pop his strat twice? What strat are you trying to pop twice? That's right there. I think you can. No, no, no. The thing is, though, is that stratagems are once per phase or once per turn, kind of like Overwatch. You can only Overwatch once per battle round. Is it battle round or turn? Probably turn. So you can Overwatch once on your turn and once on your opponent's turn. Armor of Contempt, you can do it once on a shooting phase and once on the fight phase. But this still has that restriction to where when you target someone with a stratagem, all it does is reduces it. I would say no as well, but if you have that video, I wouldn't mind taking a look at it. This is the reason why they used to be able to. By the way, you used to be able to target 6 units with the same stratagem on the same phase if you had that capabilities. So, like the captain had ability where you can target them with a stratagem for 0 CP. Then you have Gilliman that can target another unit for the exact same stratagem for 0 CP. And you can also target a unit with a stratagem for the cost of the CP. But you do that first. I think what they're probably looking at for this detachment, the psychic one, is the same thing as they have for the Gladys Task Force, which is hold on, let's see which one is it. Nope. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Is it Iron Arm? No. No. Sensory Assault. No. Then where the hell is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Command. There. This is the command phase one only, probably. Nope, that's not it. When shooting phase. Shooting phase, shooting phase, fight phase. What the hell? Or was it? Or was it? Actually, I read that from the Black Templars. Each target. No. Huh? They don't have it actually. I thought they did. Well, I know they get paid, but that's why I think there's some miscommunication somewhere. Because I ran, if you look at the old captain's rule, it specifically says even though another unit has been targeted with a stratagem, you can use it again. And one of the updates, they removed that quote. Oh, sorry, I haven't really read all the rules yet. Okay, let's see. So Pre-science. Psychic mod only once per turn. Can advance or fall back within 9 once per turn when an enemy unit ends with a normal advance fallback. Okay, so that's just a move. Celerity. Psychic model, barrier units eligible to declare a charge in turn which it advance. And if the biomancer discipline is active for your army, eligible to declare a charge in turn which it fell back. So my all unit cannot fire Overwatch strategem to shoot the bearish unit, and armored bear cannot be targeted. Whoa, that's blown up. Fuselage. Sustain hits 1, Pyromancer adds 6-inch range of those weapons. Well, it's not a flat 6. Only if you're in the divination discipline that it's a flat 6. Otherwise, it's a d6. The thing is, though, is that there used to be, I thought there was a stratagem that you can target one unit to be in one of those disciplines. Blown up, obviously. Yes, the Phobos Librarian with the Fuselage, rerolling ones to hit and ones to wound. They're considered heavy weapons, so I think they're hitting on 2s. So essentially, you get full rerolls to hit. And then the wound, they're only strength 9, so it's still not quite as good per se. But if you run Codex Compliant Space Marines, you'll get +1 to wound to that. Let's see. Let's look at their stats real quick. Are they hitting on 4s? Range weapon, fuselage. Yeah, they're hitting on 3s. Oh, huh, huh. Dude, there's multiple units in detention hit on 2s, rerolling once. There's not a lot of units that hits on 2s. Heavens, if you move though, you lose the heavy part. That's the thing. And movement is key. If you're able to stay still, then you need to run Anvil Siege Force, like a lot. But the thing is, those fuselage, last fusel, should I say, hits on 3s already. So yeah, exactly. And that's the struggle that I had when I was running Anvil Siege Force, is that I can't stay stationary for very long. It takes an entire turn for you to gain that benefit, and you have to be exposed, and your opponent has to be exposed. If the opponent's not exposed or you're not able to see them, then you have to move to see them, and then you lose your benefits. So it's kind of a struggle to gain the benefit of +1 to hit and +1 to wound. But if you're able to position yourself right away and not get shot at, then it's pretty good. So, if you go deep in the libraries, it's good. Yeah, let's see. Sensory assault. So that's just basically preventing things from moving and charging in a sense. Armor of Contempt, that's normal. Until the end of the phase. They still haven't changed that ruling on that one. Is it in their command phase? Command phase. You have to be within 18 inches though. So let's assume standard movement, which is 6 usually, especially infantry. So it goes to 4. Most units though. most being the ones that get in your face tends to have advance and charge. Let's see, this removes advance 2 units movement characteristics. Battle shock. Ooh, the battle shock check though is pretty good. So you have to watch out for advance and charge with that ability. Otherwise, to get the full advance, apparently, because it only says subtract 2 from the movement characteristic and subtract 2 from charge rolls. So they can still make an 11-inch charge if they roll a 12. Don't get me wrong, that's pretty good though for 1 CP. You're gonna let them struggle for sure. Okay, let's see. Fiery shield. With the nation one more friendly infantry. Armor that's with the nation one. hit roll. Your arm. Woo! Hazardous. Oh my gosh. Fight face. Dude, that's crazy. The fight face. Oh my god. I mean, not a lot of units have advanced, not a lot of models or units have advanced in charge, but that's where it can be a little bit weak. Exactly, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's only one roll for every attack, I believe. Because even though it doesn't matter how many attacks a weapon has, it's considered all to be only one weapon. But if they have extra attacks, that's where they roll an additional dice. One from the roll. That is kind of funny though. I mean, it's not. I mean, yes, kinda. I've rolled 18 dice and not got a single one. But hmm, but for every one they roll though, that's an entire model. Let's see, Iron Arm. Assail, Sacker. It's like one enemy unit within 18 inches of invisible to the Sacker model. And your more Sacker models in your units. Wow, excluding units with low op ability. That's very interesting. And roll 66 heading. So assail and grenades. Play Raven Wing and overcharge plasma almost every time. Well, I played. Mind you, I played Tau, and we can get 3 guns and for each model, and you have to roll 3 dice for each model. So if you have, and I had 10. Is it 10 or I can't remember what is in ninth. It might have been 6. I don't remember how many Taus I could have. Anyways, I think let's just say 6. And anyways, so how many did I have on those models? I think I had 3. So you're looking at 18 hazardous roll on a 6-man squad, and sometimes I'll just lose one model. So yes, yes. It doesn't matter how many shots it gets. It's just a matter of how many weapons you have. And the cool thing is you can actually re-roll hazardous tests too. They can. I believe so. Let me double check. I think you can re-roll hazardous tests. So command re-roll. Whoops. Any phase just after you make an advance or charge, a desperate escape test, or hazardous test for a unit from your army, or a hit roll, a wound roll, a damage roll, or a saving throw for that model in that unit, or a roll to determine the number of attacks made to a weapon equipped by a model in that unit. Hmm. Black Knights have two weapons. Mm. If it's two separate weapons, then it is two separate roles. The number of weapons is one thing. The number of attacks per weapon is a different thing. Shooting phase. Where does from it has not decided to shoot until the end of each time. We have the lethal attacks. Yeah, but is it the same weapon twice? Like you have, like this one has two. No, this one has two last cannons, so they're counted as two separate weapons. One army, one weapon. That's why. Okay. Whereas this one counts as a twin link. It's only, I think it's only one shot though. So yeah, if it's only one weapon, it doesn't matter how many shots it has. You could have 64 shots, but it's still counted as just one weapon. Oh no, it fell off. So, I'm not sure where all these mortal wounds they're saying is coming from, but I do see it from assail, grenades, and then your stern guard with overcharged psychic ability. Oh, well, I mean, of course, in fiery shield. So, so you assail them, you grenade them, you charge them, and you do fiery shield, which is a lot of mortal wounds. It has a lot of potential mortal wounds, yes. Assail them, shoot them, grenade them, fire shield them. But then, hmm, do you do Stern Guard veterans or do you do Stern Guard veteran or do you do jump infantry? Jump infantry has it too. For every model with an engagement range, I think you roll a d6, but I think it's on the 5 plus that you get the roll mortal wounds. Let's see. Assault intercessors. Each time this unit ends a charge move, select one enemy unit with engagement range of it. Roll 1d6 for each model in this unit that's within engagement range of that enemy unit. For each 4 plus, that enemy unit suffers one mortal wound. I wonder if the jump pack chaplain does something similar. Yes, he does. Each time this model selected a fight, you can select one enemy unit with an engagement range. But you can't really use them. I mean, you can, but not really. Yeah, so he has something similar to that, the jump infantry. Each time this model selected a fight, you can select one enemy unit with engagement range of this model unit and roll 1d6. On a 4 or 5, that enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, that enemy unit suffers 3 mortal wounds. But you can't really run the chaplain, just because you, generally speaking, you want to run librarians, obviously. It's a librarian detachment. Dang. Yeah, you run Stern Guard veterans with the combi weapons, and then you do fuselage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, Stern Guard veterans with fuselage because with the combi weapons because they have anti-infantry 4 plus, they're devastating wounds, and then with the fuselage enhancement, Adeptus Astartes Psyker model only. Oh, model only. Range weapons equipped by models in the bearish unit. Never mind. There you go. So not only that you have devastating wounds on 4 plus against infantry, but you have devastating wounds anti-monster, anti-vehicle 5 plus, causing a lot of mortal wounds. Yeah, but it's one squad though that you're really heavily dependent on. They have a 4-up invul for sure. Um, you could put that to the what squad is that? The last Fusil squad, but you will be wounding on 5s and 6s anyway, which essentially causes an automatic devastating wound. But you only have 3 of those guys, so it's not a lot of wounds going through necessarily. Let's take a look at that. Um, let's see. Space Marines. Nope. I'm trying to find something real quick. Let's see. It doesn't show on here. Maybe it's an update to the Ratus. Let's see. Huh, they don't have it on here either. It's weird. And I was trying to find the old captain rules so I could show you what I mean, but they don't even have it in FAQ. Do you know what video you watched on that? It could have been an older video, which you could have done. I think it's Captain. No, rights of. Is it rights of battle? That is, yes, rights of battle. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's see. So, like this one right here. Stratagem that can be used more than once per turn. Stratagem if they have already been targeted another unit with with that stratagem in the same phase can only be used if the name of that stratagem is specified in that rule. Similarly, if a stratagem is limited to once per player turn, example fire overwatch, per battle round, or per battle, such part of the rule can only be used if the name of the stratagem is specified in that rule. An example is Space Marine Captain Rights of Battle ability once per battle round. One unit from your army with this ability can be targeted with a stratagem for 0 CP, even if another unit in your army has already been targeted with that stratagem this phase. So this ability does not specify the name of the stratagem as part of that ability and modifies the CP cost of the stratagem, following modify a stratagem CP cost. And part of this ability would have let you use the same stratagem more than once in the same phase, cannot be used at all. Around what the ability use turn target. And plus also it has to change a little bit because it doesn't have that last part in there. Even if another unit from your army has already been targeted with that stratagem, it's no longer part of the rule of the Space Marines battle rights of battle. This ability does not specify the name of the stratagem. The part of the ability that modifies the CP cost of the stratagem follows the modify CP stratagem rule. And the part of this ability that would have let you use the stratagem more than once in a safe phase cannot be used at all. So that's why I'm saying there's a miscommunication somewhere. Let me see. Modify CP stratagem. Added stratagem. So if you have the I guess the what you call it, the you can kind of look it up there. So it's called stratagem that can be used more than once per turn. If it specifies it, I think you can. But it has to specify the stratagem specifically. So if it's just a general thing, then it can only be it's restricted. No, because he has the same ability as the captain. It's just that his is named differently. So it allows him to use his ability because it's not the same name as Rights of Battle. I can take a look. Let's see. I don't think so though. Gilliman. Um, there's no FAQ as far as I can tell. And one of the main reasons is because I think what they're saying is because Rights of Battle is something that all captains have. This is just a regular captain right here. If you can see up there, a regular captain. If you go back and go to Gravis Captain, ability also Rights of Battle. Whoops. Rights of Battle. And this is a Gravis Captain. And then you go to maybe even Captain in the Phobos Army. Yeah, Rights of Battle. Alright. So again, the reason they all have the same rights of battle, you can only use one. You can only activate one of them. Even though you have 3 captains on the field, that ability only works one time. So you have to choose wisely. Because Gilliman has the same ability, but it's a different name, you can use his as well. Let's see, what do I want to do? Yes, he can use his ability because it's a different name. It's not called Rights of Battle. It's similar. It has a similar effect as it reduces the CP cost by 1. Yes. Whenever you read Rights of Battle, here, let's look at it. So Rights of Battle says once per battle round, one unit from your army with this ability can use it to target something with a stratagem. So with this ability, Rights of Battle is the ability. So once per battle round, one unit with this ability can use it. If you have two of them out in the field, you can only do it once. If you have three of them, you can only do it once. If you have four of them, you can only do it once, because it's called Rights of Battle. Gilliman is dang it. It's called Author of the Codex. So his is called Supreme Strategist. And it has the same thing. Once per turn, one unit from your army with this ability can use this while a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit within 12 inches of that model is targeted with a stratagem. If it does, reduce the CP cost by 1. So his is called Supreme Strategist. It's not called Rights of Battle. So captains can use the Rights of Battle. Gilliman will use the Supreme Strategist ability. They're two different names. So it's two different abilities, even though they're exactly the same. Although his can target another unit. That's part of why G-Man is costly, right? I mean, 2 oaths partially. It's usually the double oath. I don't know if the Lion has the 2 abilities too. He's the same as any other, well, Loyalist Primarch. He's the same stat line as the Lion. The Lion is a little bit better at wiping out infantry models because of his sweep attack. Gilliman's a little bit better with the, I think, bigger hits. Lion is strength 12, Gilliman is strength 14. But other than that, their damage and AP is the same. So I guess there's a little bit of a difference too. Like his weapon has lethal hit and devastating wounds. So Gilliman has devastating wounds on his sweep attack. His big hit has lethal hits, which is really weird. Like your strength 14 doesn't need lethal hits. Your strength 8 does need lethal hits. Oh yeah, he does have his 3-up invul, yeah. While Gilliman only has 4. But Gilliman's stat line is again the same. There it is, yeah. It's the same as the Lion. I mean, I don't know. I don't want the line to go up too much. I mean, that fight, I'll say this, man. That fight first is what really helps. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Gilliman has a chance to get back up on a 3+. So that's another thing that makes him kind of costly, I guess. But it's a chance roll. Much like your second oath is a chance as well, because if you fail to kill your first oath target, then your second oath is kind of useless. So his ability doesn't go off just because you fail to. Either you rolled terrible or your opponent just rolled like, you know, freaking hotcakes. Which has happened. It was so disappointing. I could have wiped out the squad, but the dude rolled freaking 5/6s like crazy. I'm like, are you serious? That squad should have been dead 2 turns ago. I'm not saying it should go up. I think it's pretty well pointed, 325. I believe so. But Gilliman, no, he's actually, Gilliman went up 60 points. I think he's 40 points more than. How much is the Lion? Yes, I think Gilliman just went up way too much. Maybe 325 would have been okay with him. I don't know. I mean, they didn't really buff him. They just gave him a second ability, and that was it. 315. Yeah, Gilliman's 345, so 30 more points. Yeah, Gilliman went up 60 points. The Lion went up 30 points. And also the Lion also, again, he has an ability to get a feel no pain against mortal wounds, which Gilliman doesn't have. So you always have ways to save with the Lion, but you just have to make sure you pick it. Because, you know, like, if they do mortal wounds against Gilliman, he can't save against that. That bypasses armor and invul saves. Whereas the Lion, if you pick the feel no pain against mortal wounds, so I think it's a 4+, right? So not only you have a 2-up aura of the Lion, yeah, oh, it's an aura too. So not only does he have 2-up armor save, 3-up invuls, and 4+ feel no pains against mortals, good lord. You have saves against everything. Don't get me wrong, you can't get back up, but at least you're kind of guaranteed these things. You're guaranteed a 3+ invul. So I'm gonna lie, I gotta stop here. Again, Gilliman doesn't have anything to stop mortal wounds, and that's what I always feared. I always feared getting charged. With Gilliman, I have to charge first. I have to wipe him out. If I don't, I run the risk of getting Gilliman killed. And the lion, I wouldn't care. I'd like, charge me, sure. I fight first anyway, so get ready to just get wiped out. Especially with the buff now, I would definitely run the lion. His sweeping attack, 16 attacks, mind you. Gilliman is 14. You have sustained hits. Is it one or two? Well, sustained hits one. Even so, you have a chance of wiping out like a horde army for sure. I'll say this though: if you have a way of popping up that AP, I think is it AP 3 for the sweep attack for the lion? So the thing I love about Gilliman is if I charge something with a 2-up save, I do I make sure I'm in Assault Doctrine, and then I have a stratagem that allows me to get +1 to wound and +1 AP, essentially making his Hand of Dominion AP 5, meaning that they don't have saves. They just dead. That's how I wiped out a lot of squads. If they have a 3-up save and they're infantry, which some of them do, I can again do this +1 to wound, which I'm wounding on 2s at this point, generally speaking. Not a lot of infantry have 8 toughness, and then with a 4 AP. So that's I wiped out an entire berserker squad, including a master of whatever that makes them strike first. This is Angron. This is Gilliman. I charge Angron. He countercharged with his Berserker squad with Fight First. He countercharged. He doesn't get the Fight First ability, but because of the Master of Deceit or whatever it's called, he automatically fights first. He attacks my Gilliman. Luckily enough, didn't kill him. I think he was left with 4 wounds left. I turned around. It's like, okay, that's it. I mean, Angron. I could kill Angron maybe, but I need to wipe that squad because they have Fight First. I turned around, wiped out a full 10-man squad with the Master of Deceit or whatever in one swipe. Had no saves because I charged, so I got +1 to wound and +1 AP because I was in the Assault Doctrine. So that's the only thing that I say the Lion could potentially fear is if you charge someone with Fight First, they get the Fight First. But you still have a 3-up freaking invul, and any 6s that you roll, you deal a mortal wound back. That's crazy. I need to spray paint probably the backside here. Well, it probably doesn't matter. But I need to spray paint the top part. I need to find the 2 holes here. I mean, just play him and see how it runs, you know? Maybe he works out great for your army, maybe he doesn't. You know, it's just, like I say, you know, try him out. I would say if, I mean, I don't know if it's competitive enough. I don't care. I think, like, if I was Dark Angels, I would love my Primarch and I'd always play him. I play Gilliman even when he sucks because I like Gilliman. I need to fix my that is 13-year-old spray paint in there. Where's my glue at? Oh, here it is. Here we go. And because of the change of Oath, I end up changing my army list a little bit, running weaker, kind of weaker tanks, like the Predator Annihilator. I mean, it did kind of get a small buff, but I think I mean, look, if I hit my O target, I'm rerolling my hit rolls. I'm wounding on 2s, generally speaking, because I have strength 14 and 2 strength 12s. So I might be wounding on 3s, maybe, but more than likely 2s because of the +1 to wound. And then it gets full reroll damage rolls because it's d6 +1 for each of them. So this kind of, it's only 130 points. It's cheaper than a Gladiator. But I do like the Gladiator too because for 30 more points you get 1 reroll to hit, 1 reroll to wound, and 1 reroll to damage. So I still run 1 Gladiator and 1 of this. I, I struggle with the Ballistus Dreadnought, man. I played it so much and I've shot it so many times. I've shot with it so many times that it just always fails me. I don't know why. Also, I need to 3D print some heads, and I actually need to 3D print some Power Fists so I can get my stupid Sternguard Veteran Squad leader with some Power Fist and paint up my heavy intercessors. Hey, what's up, Francois? You came in so late. We had a lot of discussions here with Think. That's kind of like a camo color going on there. Not intentional either. Oops, my bad. I hit the mic there. There we go. You can kind of see it. All right. I do need to finish my. Well, anyways, I do need to finish my transports. I do run at least one of them. I don't really run the Redemptor. He's just so expensive, but pretty damn good. Plus, with the and also with the +1 to wound, you don't even have the overcharge. Actually, good lord, it's AP3, I think, with his plasma. Hold on, wait a minute. What is his AP? Redemptor. Yeah, strength 8, AP3, damage 2. You don't even have to overcharge this baby, and it's freaking amazing already. Oh man. Generally speaking, you'll be winning on 2 plus most of the time against infantry. AP3, 3, so it goes to 6. So regular infantry will have saves on 3s, on 3 plus. But if you're going against Terminators, you'll be winning on 2 plus still because it's strength 9. AP4, which it doesn't matter if you overcharge actually, but it is the sheer fact that it deals 3 damage. Man, I kind of want to run it now. And the only ability it has, which is kind of strong, is the -1 damage. You can't sweep and attack that Dreadnought. Alright, anyways, I have went over time. I definitely need to finish up my Whirlwind here, which I need to get this painted, and also I need to get the top, which is pure pewter. This is actually a Rhino. I have the old chassis, the old Rhino chassis for my Whirlwind, but I don't like it. It's yeah, they should drop the Redemptor 15, but even still, they're good. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize it was strength 8. I know most plasmas tend to be strength 7, and an AP2 damage 1 for Hellblasters. But Hellblasters, no, but I'm sorry, the Redemptor is strength 8 already. Discord everyone invite. Oh, did you get the invite? uh, Discord, I realized what's going on. Apparently, if you're in streamer mode, it just the link does not work at all. So some odd reason it turns streamer mode on. I don't know why. So 6 hours, no limit. Yes, exactly. Yeah, 6 hours for invite on that one. some more people in there to cook some. I definitely need to record some games so I can post them on my channel, especially my Space Marine games. I just need a setup, and I've been holding out a little bit because something is coming up. Hopefully, it's coming up in a way, which will allow me to have a better setup. So, yeah. I will say my Space Marine lists are not going. You know what? I could add that channel actually. There. Create a channel for army lists if you need help, gameplay if you actually play games, ideas if you're looking for ideas, images just for posting your image crap, posting my crappy paint jobs, and general for just chatting. But a lot of people still fail to, post pictures in the right appropriate places. So, anyways, I ran a little bit over, which is fine. I definitely need to get my. I definitely want to try out my new list, especially with the Predator Annihilator with the new Oath of Moment. I think it'll be a lot better than the Dreadnought. They're in the middle and World Leader's photo in there. Oh, where'd you throw that at? The images? Oh, yeah. Why is yours like a JPEG? Is it too big? Grimaldus is white. No, is that Grimaldus? I don't know if that's. No, that's probably not Grimaldus. That's High Marshal Helbrick, I bet. I'm sure. Ooh, boy, when you zoom in, it really pixelates. I don't know why it allows me to zoom in that much. Ooh, those are actually some nice terrain, too. Damn, that's really high up there. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna call it. I try to stream every day around Proxy Hellblasters and Infiltrators because I couldn't be bothered to go grab them. Yeah, it's supposed to be like none of our games and where I play, we don't play the plunge and fire rule. It's really strange. I wonder if the tournaments do that because it's really an extra pip of AP is amazing. But is there any runes that are is it 5 inches or higher or 5 inches the rule I believe for the extra pip of AP? But I don't think any tournament play has like runes that are 2 stories high. We used to, we used to, but never do anymore. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a rule that's in the in the not the codex, but the rule book, but no one really plays it. Yes, and I tried 3D printing some ruins that are supposedly legal, but like was it FLG or whatever? They their ruins aren't even 5 inches. I don't believe it's like maybe 3 or 4. I mean, just desolation squads, with the indirect fire, having that pip of AP, and if they don't move, they ignore cover, so you have the armor of contempt, they're shot, or you're getting -1 AP. And if they're in a Devastator Doctrine and do Storm of Fire, well, guess what? It's AP 2 shots now. So imagine indirect fire against their Oath of Moment target, hitting on 4s because indirect fire. I mean, shout out Inceptors, believe it or not, despite being the one that actually made the 6-inch ruins. Ha! Your ruins turned against you. But I love help, not Hellblasters. I love Desolation Squads. They're super expensive, but I think it's worth having one because if you run them as purely anti-horde, they literally will wipe out an entire unit in one shooting. Plunging fire is a rule. It's just yes, yeah. I mean, yes, absolutely. And I'm wondering, like I was actually asking, is it vertically 5 inches Or is it horizontal, or not horizontally, but an angle 5 inches? Because when you shoot and when you fly, it's not in a vertical sense unless you're up close, but at an angle. Well, that doesn't matter anymore how high it is, except for plunging fire, because everything is ruins now, so you can't shoot through it. I'm making a set with no platform because I just want really nice walls. anyways, I do have to call it because I definitely need to get some sleep. I think I am sick. Hopefully, taking a 12-hour nap will hopefully cure that. So anyways, I try to stream over there on 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to stream for at least an hour to paint my crap. Going with Ultramarines first, then going with Infinity, then Underworlds, nope, Kill Team, then Tau. So anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, the stand down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.